Good morning, students, and welcome to the class. In the previous standard, we have studied about the interior of the earth, crust, mantle, core. Remember? Today, we will be studying about the movements happening in the interior of the earth and what are the effects of those movements on the earth's surface in this chapter. So, let's begin. Here you can see there are notebooks kept on the table, and on the notebooks there are objects like chalk, duster, eraser, etc. Now, if we remove one notebook in between, what will happen? It is obvious that the objects on top will start shaking or may fall down because of the movement taken place. Similarly, various natural events occur on the Earth's surface from time to time. Example: floods, storms, snowfall, heavy rainfall, etc. Because of the movements below the Earth's surface, natural events like earthquakes and volcanic eruptions also occur. In this lesson, we will get introduced to these endogenetic movements. Endogenetic means internal movements. The movements which take place in the interior of the earth are endogenetic movements. Now, this is the part of the earth: crust, mantle, outer core and inner core. The movements take place in the inner core, outer core and mantle, and the effects of those movements can be seen on the crust. Classification of movements. Movements are classified on the basis of their velocity as slow movement and sudden movements. The effects of slow movement can be seen in the form of formation of mountains and continents. Mountain building movement is also known as orogenic movements. In this mountain building, the first type is fold mountain. Because of the energy waves and pressure in the interior of the earth, the layers of the soft rocks form folds. If the pressure is very high, their complexity increases. As a result, the surface of the earth gets uplifted and the fold mountains are formed. The Himalayas, Aravalli Hills are the major examples of the fold mountains of the world. Now, these are the block. The second type is block mountain. When the energy waves in the interior of the earth moves away from each other, it causes tension on the layers of the rock, which leads in the formation of fractures in the rock. These fractures are known as fault. Similarly, waves coming towards each other also causes faults. When a part of the earth crust in between two parallel faults is lifted, it looks like a block. Such a landform is known as block mountain. The third type is rift valley. When two fractures develop side by side in the earth crust, the land in between the two fractures subsides. This subsided deep part is called rift valley. Here you can see a tension is created when you pull both the ends away from each other. Similarly, when movements occur in opposite direction to each other, tension is generated and the faults are formed in the earth crust. Now, this is an example of rift valley. Two fractures develop side by side in the earth crust. The land in between the two fractures subside. This subsided deep part is called rift valley. Coming to the next part, that is continent building movements, which is also known as epidiogenetic. Now, when a vast part of the earth crust is uplifted above the sea level, continents are formed. Therefore, these movements are called as continent building movement. Extensive plateaus can also be formed because of such movements. If the originally continental portion of the crust subsides below the sea level, it forms a part of the sea bed. Coming to the sudden movements. Sudden movements can be classified as earthquakes and volcanoes. We all know what is earthquake and volcano. Earthquakes. The movements occurring in the interior of the earth cause tremendous tension on the earth's crust. When the tension goes beyond limits, the energy is released in the form of waves. This results in trembling of the earth's surface, that is, earthquakes. The movements which take place in the interior of the earth are in the form of waves. Hence, the classification of waves are primary waves, secondary waves, and surface waves. Primary waves. Primary waves are the first ones to reach the surface of the earth. They travel at a very fast speed. It is because of these waves that the buildings on the surface of the earth moves back and forth. Secondary waves. These waves reach after primary waves. They scatter in all directions. The buildings on the surface of the earth moves up and down because of these waves. They are more destructive than the primary waves. And the third one is surface waves. Now these are the most destructive waves. They reach after primary and secondary waves. Focus and epicenter. Very important. The movements occurring in the interior cause tension and it keeps on accumulating. High energy is released where this tension mounts up. This is the center of the earthquake. It is called the focus. And the place where these energy waves reach first is called the epicenter, where the tremors of the earthquake gets experienced. The epicenter is perpendicular to the focus. Now these are the effects of the earthquake. You can see the cracks developed on the ground because of the earthquakes. Groundwater changes its course. Example, wells may get water or dry up. Then tsunamis are generated in oceans. Buildings collapse. There is loss of life, loss of property. Transportation routes get disrupted. Communication system collapse. Then we come to the volcanoes. Hot, solid, liquid and gaseous materials are thrown out from the mantle of the earth onto the surface of the earth. This is called volcanoes. During this process, ash, water vapor, various types of poisonous gases, hot molten magma are thrown out. On the basis of the type of eruption, volcanoes can be divided into following. First is central type volcano or conical volcano. When the magma comes out through a pipe-like vent, it is called conical volcano. Mount Fujiyama in Japan and Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania are examples of central type volcanoes. The next type is fissure type volcano. When the magma comes out not from a single vent but from many cracks, it is called fissure type volcano. The Deccan Plateau of India are a fissure type of volcanic eruption. And what are the effects of volcanoes? As we can see, there is loss of life and property. Dust, smoke, ash, gases which comes out remain in the atmosphere for a very long time. Land may become fertile or infertile due to volcanic ash. New land is formed or an island may also disappear. Tsunamis gets generated due to volcanic eruption. So students, with this we come to an end of the chapter. Hope you all have understood. If you have any doubt, let me know. Thank you students. Take care.